Right now at 5, a woman is dead after being hit by a distracted driver.
And the future of a new UWL science building.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Authorities have identified the pedestrian killed in Friday's crash in Onalaska. According to Onalaska police, 83-year-old Darlene Wozni was crossing Main Street at 11th Avenue when she was struck by a vehicle. Police say the driver, 39-year-old Megan Urch, was not impaired, but was looking at her phone and failed to yield. Wozni was taken to the hospital where she later died. The incident remains under investigation, and the La Crosse County District Attorney's Office is reviewing the case for potential charges.
Well, we still have that haze around there, so some areas got up to the mid-80s, a few upper 80s out there, but not quite 90 with that haze that kind of limited some of the sunshine out there, but still no issues to speak of this evening. A few more clouds that come in and out for Eau Claire, but otherwise a little bit of haze, upper 60s by 10 p.m. Very similar to La Crosse, but I think we'll see more clouds off and on. These are going to be high clouds, so still the sun will come out. Still pleasant conditions, upper 60s to near 70 by 10 p.m. We're not going to see much going on. Otherwise, if you look at the temperatures out there, 88 in Bosqueville, probably the warmest spot right now. We do see a few little clouds down to the south there. That is from the outer edges of Francine as it begins to lift up to the north towards northern Arkansas. Big picture shows there's that shield of clouds to the south. That's all high clouds beginning to push up. Otherwise, the front as well to the west and north, that won't play much of a factor, but some of that moisture being pulled north will be a factor eventually. But right now, dew points overall very seasonable, very nice actually. Upper 50s, a little 60s, a little bit warmer than we had yesterday, but still, when it's mid 80s, that's not too bad. Now overnight, we'll probably see a little bit warmer than we had this past night just because of the dew points being a little warmer, so more upper 50s, low 60s. Clouds will begin to increase, but still remaining dry. Coming up later, we'll kind of break down what the impacts of Francine are going to do to our area and when we might actually cool down from the summer-like conditions, which is going on. And it looks like it won't be for a while, though.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, Vernon County is asking for local watershed members to join a flood mitigation committee. According to a release, county administrators need 3 people to apply. The committee seeks to build relationships with local landowners and conservation groups to encourage best practices to mitigate flooding. Once formed, the group will report to the county's Land Conservation and Education Committee. Spring flooding is a yearly concern for the region, and this announcement comes as the county board last month approved federal plans to start decommissioning 23 local dams. 5 of those dams failed back in 2018. If you're interested in applying to the committee, we have that information up on our website.
Governor Tony Evers has appointed a new district attorney for Crawford County. Andrew Burdick will fill the role from now until January 2025. He served as assistant district attorney in the La Crosse County DA's office since July of 2023. He is replacing Lucas Steiner, who was appointed to the Crawford County Circuit Court. In 2018, UW-La Crosse opened its Prairie Springs Science Center, part of a 2-phase project years in the making. News 8 Now's Michael Germain spoke with UWL officials and has more on what the future holds for the project. Michael.
Ken and Emily, right now the Prairie Springs Science Center serves as the primary hub for students in the College of Science and Health. However, the landscape could look quite different in the near future. With phase 1 of the project now complete, staff members are looking ahead. Phase 2 of the project focuses on Cowley Hall, built in 1965. The project will demolish the 54-year-old hall, constructing a new facility connected to Prairie Springs. The building will offer state-of-the-art classrooms and research labs to the department. Now, the chair of the biology department at UWL says Cowley Hall has truly served its purpose, but now it's time for a bigger vision.
There were some safety issues, there was just space issues, and it was holding us back to do the kinds of research that we're finally able to do in this space.
As for when the second half of the project will begin, it is still up in the air. Officials are still waiting to receive approval from the legislature for funding. Ken and Emily, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
Well, as UWL students head back to campus, they're being greeted by a 20-foot inflatable that's making a statement. Americans for Contraception brought their larger-than-life IUD named Frida Womb to the campus, highlighting the ongoing debate over reproductive freedoms. The IUD Express Tour is hoping to spark conversation and raise awareness about the issue of access to contraception. The chair of the UWL Democrats says Frida is something you just can't ignore.
Well, we've already had a few people coming up to us being like, is that a giant inflatable IUD on campus? Like, what the heck is going on? But basically, it's just a really great way of getting people to come to us, just spreading the word that we're here.
Frida Womb has become a well-known symbol of contraceptive rights. It's recently been featured on multiple late-night shows.
The Thunder Ride fundraiser presented a check for over $12,000 to the Mayo Clinic Health System to help families affected by type 1 diabetes. This year is the 22nd year of the fundraiser, hosted by Rod's Ride on Power Sports. Each year, around 175 riders take to the streets to raise money and awareness for diabetes. Rod's Ride on Motorsports general manager says everyone who rides understands the true meaning of why they're there.
Collectively, like, we all understand why we're there. Yes, it's a motorcycle ride or classic car convertible, but we're all there actually for the families affected by type 1 diabetes. That's really why we're there, and we just get to have some fun doing it along the way.
Now, this is the second check donated by the Thunder Ride to support families affected by diabetes. The checks totaled to over $50,000.
Miss Wisconsin brought her crown and creativity to the Dahl Family YMCA this morning. Mandy Genord joined the Y's Messy Bees daycare program, getting hands-on with some arts and crafts. Crowned just 3 months ago, Genord is using her platform to champion adoption resources and advocacy. Her goal is to attend law school and become a family attorney so she can help connect more children with loving homes.
So for me, being Miss Wisconsin right now is an opportunity for me to spread that message that there is a need to help these kids, to help them find their families, and also to give these kids a chance. I see adoption being the way to do that, and it's something I'm so proud I get to promote every single day as Miss Wisconsin.
Genord will be back in La Crosse Saturday to attend the Miss La Crosse Oktoberfest pageant, and she'll be competing for Miss America in Orlando January 5th.
Brainstorming the battlegrounds.
A look at some campaign strategies following this week's presidential debates after the break.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde insulted Wisconsin seniors.
Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
What a jerk. He attacked those who are overweight.
Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
He called farmers lazy.
Look at the old physical toil. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
This guy doesn't have a clue.
Eric Hovde has insulted just about everyone.
What's wrong with this guy?
At an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Add style to your room with Mohawk Vinyl Plank. It's waterproof, easy to install, and stands strong against wear from everyday life. Home Expressions Vinyl Plank flooring is $199 per square foot after rebate. Upgrade your home with new appliances from Criterion. We offer the lowest prices and the largest in-stock selection of top brand appliances. Get this Criterion 6-cycle built-in dishwasher for $355.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This election is about two very different visions for our nation. One focused on the future, and the other focused on the past. When the middle class is strong, America is strong. Lowering the cost of living will be a defining goal of my presidency. I'll lower the cost of insulin and prescription drugs for everyone, and I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food. More than 100 million Americans will get a tax cut. We will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class. Together, we will build an economy where everyone can compete and have a real chance to succeed. Now is the time to chart a new way forward.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
Both presidential candidates have been off the campaign trail this week, preparing for the debate and then attending 9/11 commemorations.
But the pause in campaigning ended today with both former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris back on the road visiting battleground states. Skylar Henry has more details from the White House.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are rallying voters in battleground states after meeting on the debate stage earlier this week. The Harris camp is calling this a more aggressive phase of the campaign, with Harris making multiple stops and ramping up spending on digital and broadcast ads. The vice president is in North Carolina, her second visit to the state since becoming the Democratic nominee.
Freedom to make decisions about one's own body should not be made by the government.
And she released a new ad highlighting the back and forth on abortion from Tuesday's debate. Trump is kicking off a West Coast swing in Tucson, Arizona, where his camp is focused on housing prices and the economy. It's his first post-debate campaign stop.
We won the debate according to every poll, every single poll.
Trump is also leaning into one of the more talked about debate moments, where he repeated baseless claims about migrants eating cats and dogs. He put out this AI-generated picture of kittens holding a Vote for Trump sign. He continues to hammer his signature issue, immigration, and is expecting a packed house at the Linda Ronstadt Theater in Tucson. Tucson native Ronstadt used the occasion to post on social media that she's voting for Kamala Harris. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Trump announced on social media he will not agree to another debate with Harris, insisting he won this week's debate and there was no reason to go against Harris again.
Well, wildfires continue raging through Southern California.
How the cooler weather is aiding in stopping the blaze.
We have more cloud cover in the forecast for Friday, but the warm temperatures are here to stay through the weekend, but we still might see a few showers too. We'll kind of time out those showers and show you when we might actually cool down again. That coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Come to the Vernon County Fair. Bring your family and enjoy food, exhibits, and the Midway. Visit our website for events like the tractor and truck pulls, demo derby, and horse pulls. Tyler Deaver is on stage 4 to 6 Thursday and Friday. Vernon County Fair in Viroqua.
This is my grandma Kim. She has a lot to say about Eric Hovde.
Mr. Fancy, California banker, said he'd absolutely cut Social Security and raise the retirement age.
Hovde suggested that most seniors shouldn't vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
In Wisconsin, we have a word for guys like him.
DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Who loves a good game of Plinko? Wesco and Sparta is making sure your price is right. Come on in and play a game of Plinko to see what your discount is. Discounts up to 30% off in select departments. What discount will you get? Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
You just have to get in the seat of a John Deere Gator XUV 835M, not because of the spacious cargo box, or because it can tackle any terrain, not even because it tows up to 4,000 pounds. You just have to get in the seat because something about being this productive just makes you smile.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
The liberal elite in Washington are running one of their own here in Wisconsin. A political insider who worked to elect liberals in California even supported a dark money group focused on defunding the police. Her name, Rebecca Cook, political operative bankrolled by the liberal elite. They handpicked her to help win back the House, trusted to elect liberal heroes like Mandela Barnes. They trust her because Rebecca Cook is one of them.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Come to the Vernon County Fair. Bring your family and enjoy food, exhibits, and the Midway. Visit our websites for events like the tractor and truck pulls, demo derby, and horse pulls. Don't forget the homemade pie auction on Sunday. Vernon County Fair in Viroqua.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, some cooler weather is helping crews battling 3 major wildfires in Southern California to get the upper hand.
As of midday today, the state's largest wildfire, the Bridge Fire, is tearing through terrain about 75 miles east of Los Angeles. It's 0% contained and has burned at least 80 square miles.
The fire damaged lifts at a ski area and incinerated at least 40 homes and cabins in the mountain communities of Mount Baldy and Wrightwood.
My neighbor that lives across the street called and said, "Your house is fully engulfed." And what a loss. But it takes a couple days for something like that.
The San Bernardino prosecutor has charged a 34-year-old man with 9 criminal counts, including arson in connection with the line fire, burning about 65 miles east of Los Angeles.
That fire has burned around 58 square miles and forced thousands of evacuations. It is around 18% contained.
Well, we heated up a bit here today.
You can feel it a little bit.
Greg
yeah.
said we had the potential to hit the 90s, but we didn't quite make it there, Greg.
Most areas did not. It looks like Boswell came in at 88. We could see maybe if a couple areas get 89, but no, with the haze, that kind of kept the temperatures down a little bit. Most parts, we still were above average, and really big picture shows you, if you look at satellite here, and this is True Color satellite, you can see there's a spin down there. There's what's left of Tropical Storm Francine as it begins to push to the northeast. We get some of the cirrus clouds, the high clouds ahead of it that are coming up the area right now, and very faint, you can kind of see it. That's a smoke and haze from out west, and they mentioned that it's starting to cool down. Well, there's a big complex, a large system beginning to impact the west, and they are going to be getting cool down and get some precipitation, and that's a system maybe gets closer to us by this point next week. So it's still got a long ways to go. But for tomorrow, you're going to have more clouds, still warm, mid-80s, maybe some low 80s. Showers chances coming Friday night. It's going to probably be later night, at least after 10 p.m. will be light and more favored probably west of the river. Showers Saturday, mainly in the morning, and I'll kind of time those out. They're very light. The afternoon looks a little bit more drier. This continues for Sunday. Once again, it's not going to be a washout and not heavy amounts of rain. But overall, for tonight's temperatures, a little bit warmer than we had last night, just given that our dew points are coming up and there's a little bit more cloud cover to the south, upper 50s, low 60s, colder spots probably low to mid 50s. And then as we go throughout tomorrow morning, you'll just see these high clouds begin to push across the area. So still the sun will be able to get out at least in the morning hours and more to the south. More sun to the north and to the south given the cloud cover. But as we go in the afternoon, you'll start seeing it thicken up. The sun will probably go out. We'll still get up into the low to mid 80s. Tomorrow evening, it's just going to be cloud cover. That'll be the story for all the high school football games. Still in the near 70 to about the mid 70s. Then about after 10 p.m., this little wave begins to push up and you'll start seeing a little bit of a shower. Just a piece of this of Tropical Storm Francine is coming up to the area right there, pulls north. That gives us a little bit of showers probably between about 10 p.m. to about 6 a.m. for Saturday. And most of it is west of the river, kind of then turning a little bit more northeast as we get closer toward Saturday morning, and that may then give some precipitation up towards Eau Claire and those areas. As we go through Saturday, this area kind of just begins to lift to the east. So by the time we get to the afternoon, we might see a little bit more showers Saturday evening too, but I think a lot of areas will just see cloud cover, and this is going to persist through Sunday. As you see Sunday morning, a little bit of showers pop up once again. So it's a lot of hit and miss, chances maybe 30%. You'll probably stay dry for most of the area, especially going into late Saturday into Sunday. Actually looks a little bit more sunshine, so I think our temperatures are going to come up a little bit compared to Saturday. I think we're going to see a lot more mid 80s. Temperatures for tomorrow, there's your temps. We're going to look a little bit cooler, still warm for this time of year, and precipitation for this, we'll be lucky if a lot of areas get less than a tenth to the east. There could be a small area just west of the river that picks up maybe up to a ½ inch, and that would be the unlucky ones that do get that if you don't want the rainfall. As you look at the temperatures, you can see we're going to climb back up to the mid 80s by Sunday, and that warm weather stretch kind of continues. And then that system out west that we kind of mentioned may get at least close enough to bring us some showers, chances coming later next week, and then we'll start seeing if we can cool down after that. But for the time being, it's more summer-like weather, and like I said, the weekend's definitely not a washout, but Friday night to early Saturday looks probably the best chance to see some of that rainfall.
All right. Thank you, Greg. A nautical homecoming.
After being missing for nearly 2 weeks, a penguin has been found safe and sound. When we come back.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, it's Foodie Friday, and this Hunger Action Month, we're doing things differently, spotlighting the Wafer Food Pantry. We'll see you for that at 5 a.m.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our fall bundle. Call and order yours today. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Bidenomics is working.
It's not. ABC News proved it with charts.
It was under control
on
during
inflation,
the Trump administration. Well below
gas,
$3 a gallon, 35%
and housing.
jump in home prices, folks.
Even CNN admits it.
When it comes to the economy, groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Yet Harris still says,
Bidenomics is working.
no, it isn't.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Has your pet been diagnosed with a luxating patella or floating kneecap? Forget the inconvenience of travel and expense to a university. Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics in Holmen specializes in using both tibial tuberosity transpositions and block trochleoplasties to safely repair your pet's injury. Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics today.
It really ruined everything. I should have done something sooner.
Everybody hopes that this won't be a big problem. Unfortunately, basement water, it always gets worse. Don't worry, we got this.
Great. Well, let's stop it from getting in.
The effects of water can be surprising, but you can. Put water back in its place with a free inspection from Innovative Basement Authority. And now receive no interest on any repairs if paid in full in 24 months. Call or go online today.
Where's the best place for local, fresh, quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. Purchase a minimum of 25 pounds of 90% lean ground beef, $5.69 per pound, or 85% lean for $5.49 per pound. Shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
A runaway penguin has been found safe in Japan nearly 2 weeks after she first went missing.
Yeah, the 6-year-old penguin known as Pen, who was born and raised in captivity, was traveling with staff in August when she escaped into open waters. But miraculously, the arrival of Typhoon Shanahan helped keep her safe. With no boats able to operate, the penguin avoided collisions and getting caught in fishing nets.
And the record rainfall from the storm helped the penguin with hydration. On Sunday, someone spotted Pen swimming near a beach where she first went missing. She had no injuries and was in good physical shape after making the 28-mile journey through the storm. I did some additional background. Not with a zoo. The keepers organize animal encounters.
Yeah, so she'll go to birthday parties and things like that.
At least that's what I'm thinking.
That's what we're gathering from that. I almost kind of wish they would have let her alone.
Be free,
She's happy in the beach, swimming along. She was like, I don't like this job anymore.
Got tired.
Being the petting animal at parties. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll have another look at tonight's forecast after the break.
Ashley knows that some of our most important traditions and memories start around the dining table. From cozy breakfast nooks to formal dining areas, we have versatile options that fit any space, with styles ranging from mid-century modern to farmhouse or traditional, starting at just $499.99. Only at Ashley.
He told us who he was.
Should abortion be punished? There has to be some form of punishment.
Then he showed us.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it, and I'm proud to have done it.
Now Donald Trump wants to go further with plans to restrict birth control, ban abortion nationwide, even monitor women's pregnancies. We know who Donald Trump is. He'll take control. We'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I had to start engineering my own arch support. So I got that, then I put this in there. This one, finally, before I added another one of these in, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. And if I'd have just gone to Good Feet, I'd have been better off in the first place.
Good Feet arch supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
A lot has changed since the Overhead Door Company installed its first door in 1921. One thing that hasn't, our commitment to quality. We set the standard a century ago with the first motorized garage door, and we have not stopped innovating since. Today, you can build your dream door with the DoorView app, and with the OHD Anywhere app, you can control your new door from anywhere. So next time you need a repair or replacement for your garage door, look for the red ribbon and trust 100 years of experience Overhead Door Company.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 69th anniversary, and we're celebrating with exciting rewards offers for our best customers. Shop anniversary celebration savings on Blaine's brand synthetic motor oil, just $3.99 a quart for rewards members. Buy 4 Michelin, BF Goodrich, or Uniroyal tires and get instant service credit savings equal to the price of 1 tire. Plus, when you buy 4, get up to a $100 rebate and an extra $40 instant rewards savings. Come celebrate and save during our anniversary sale, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Looking for a better night's sleep? Ashley Sleep offers mattresses for every level of comfort, from soft, cloud-like comfort to firm next-level support. We have affordable mattress options for everybody. Find your perfect match today, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
All right, something to keep in mind, we've had some geomagnetic storming going on, so the aurora was kind of out last night. It still is a possibility. Tonight we might see that. Unfortunately, the haze has kind of limited our visibility on that. So other than that, warm Friday, some showers coming for this weekend potentially too.
All right. Thank you all for joining us at 5.
We'll see you at 6.